Amazing, wow.
Thank you.
Everyone is so excited. A big round of applause, please. So Tamron, you are here in your capacity mostly as an author. Tell
Author
us.
mom slash mom.
Okay, author slash mom. Oh, we could just have the mom talk the whole time. Tell everybody about your most recent book and the one that's coming out so soon.
Oh, well, my first book, I'm so nervous, by the way.
Aww.
I'm used to doing the interviewing, and so being on this side, I need another roll of deodorant. I'm panicked over here. As the Wicked Watch is my first novel that I wrote in my home during the moment that we were all stuck in our homes and we didn't know what was going to happen next. And I decided at 48 to have my first child, Moses, and now I'm 53, and in the middle I got the bright idea, woman over 50, I'll write a novel, because we might not see 51. I'm inside the home. And this book, As the Wicked Watch, has been boiling in my heart, honestly, for many, many years. I've been a reporter, journalist for 30 years, much of that time spent covering crime. Of all kinds. I did a show for 6 seasons called Deadline Crime, but well before that I was just a general assignment reporter in Chicago, in Dallas, in Bryan College Station, this journeyman, and I always ended up on the crime circuit. And during that time, being so intimately involved with family members and being so intimately involved with investigators and police, it gave me this perspective. So this character, Jordan Manning, named after Michael Jordan and Peyton Manning, they have nothing in common but Jordan Manning. They should all just buy up all my books. And it's set in Chicago. One of the first cases that I covered as a general assignment reporter was the murder of a child. The 2 individuals who were accused at that time, also children. And I could not shake the story. And some of the feelings that I felt as a reporter going into the newsroom and watching my colleagues, many of them phenomenal reporters, but also not being able to process, we are still human beings. And I know that journalists like to say, oh, we go home and, this is my job, but a child body was inches from where I was behind a microphone. And so As the Wicked Watch opens with this scene based on my real life, but in addition, I wanted to, at the time, because I'm sitting there bored with my husband, I adore him, but 999 days locked in together, I was bored. So I said, I wanted to also be sexy. I want us to live in Jordan Manning's life, not just as a crime reporter, but as a young woman deciding, is work this important? I want to be married. I want my friendships. Basically all the things I was going through in my 30s. And so it turned into a crime novel, but also a life novel. And this character was born. And so we watch Jordan become emotionally attached to a young victim in this first story. And she starts to straddle the line between vigilante and reporter. She straddles the line between career woman and a woman who feels she's missing out because work is more important than the date that just called her. And we follow her journey with her friends, but most important, it was an opportunity for me to try to reconcile some of the angst and even some of the, and I don't use this lightly, some of the PTSD that I left with after covering what other human beings are capable of doing to other human beings. So it was a mix of things, and I needed levity, I needed drama. In this first book, spoiler alert, I said I wanted her to be kick-ass. So I didn't want her to be a damsel in distress because my niece had just made me watch Brave and the little cartoon thing. So I was like, I need her to be running through the streets. So it's Columbo meets, I'm 53, Columbo meets Policewoman, who meets Wonder Woman, meets Angela Bassett when she set the fire, and Waiting to Exhale meets me. So that's the first book.
Raise your hand if you remember Columbo. Okay.
My sisters are here. And so it's a mix of that. And then the follow-up, Watch Where They Hide. I was surprised by the great reviews, to be honest with you, for my first novel.
Your first novel was really great.
Thank you. But people being in the industry that I am in, people wanted me to write a memoir. And I was like, well, too many people are alive for me to still do that. And then a beauty book, and I was like, I don't do my own beauties. Like 15 people made me look like this. And so I thought, I have to write from where I'm from, and I am from the crime world. The second book, I really wanted to focus in on Jordan, but also allies and what we can do together. So this book starts with Jordan receiving a phone call about a missing mom. Obviously, I'm a mom. And my sister, which I've publicly talked about, is a victim of an unsolved murder. And I pulled a little bit from my world as a sister who wants answers. So you will see a character, not Jordan, who is a bit of me. And she is looking for answers. She doesn't know where her sister is. She was last seen dropping her children off to school. And the story unfolds from there. But the big portion of this book that I am excited for people to read is really what it means to have, we always say the wingman, a wing woman, right? No offense to guys, you're great. But, having that strong ally, and Jordan needs an ally. She can no longer do this on her own. She's also at that point in her career where things are good, but her personal life sucks. And she's at a crossroad professionally, trying to decide if she should be a journalist or is her role in society better served helping the underdog. Because the woman who's gone missing in many ways is an underdog in that she is an at-home mom. She has married what she thought was the perfect guy, and she's from a rural town, and then I don't want to give too much. We got about the book, but yeah, I wrote this book with a lot of real life experiences that I've touched and that have touched me. But Jordan is way tougher than me, way more aggressive, if you can believe that, and she's determined to get justice for this woman who's missing, or is she missing?
Dun, dun, dun. Can you, are you comfortable telling us more about your sister?
Oh, yes. And the reason that I do share what happened with my sister and why it's a touch point of this latest novel, I was a reporter in Chicago at the time my sister went missing. It was only just a few hours. She was found in her backyard, face down in the swimming pool of our home. Soon after, it was declared a homicide, and there was one other individual in the home that was never charged. But I vividly remember the first phone call with investigators, and he said, we know who did it. We don't have enough evidence to prove it. And a grand jury won't indict this person. We're pretty sure of it. Just a step back. Well, first of all, thank you for asking. I wasn't prepared to.
Sorry,
and
I'm sorry.
Really, no, I'm happy you did. In case you know, I do an hour-long show, so I'm incredibly long-winded. But so the next person will be like, what time is it? It's midnight. A step or two back, when my sister passed away, we just reconciled.
How long ago was this?
2008. My sister was in a relationship with someone that we knew was abusive, and we had tried from our point of view to help. Now I know certain things now that I didn't know then. I thought then, tough love. You can do better. You don't need this person. And you'll hear some of these tones in the book. And then it all came to a head at my home in Chicago.